We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job. We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
Okay.
My name is Raymond Bola Brown.
Hi, my name is Fred Amata, and you are on to Souq News.
If you are watching this channel for the first time, make sure you continue to watch it because this is Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News. Actually, I don't know. I really enjoyed the little moment I spent with you, and I think with more of this.
Souq News. Here's the Souq News, who had the courage to transcend a locked-off camera and actually have a conversation with a human being. It's a pleasure, Souq News. Thank you very much.
It's time for News Hour on Souq News, but first, the headlines. It's always a pleasure having you join us on News Hour, where you get updates on business and developmental stories within Nigeria and across the globe. I am Grace Komolafe. In Nigeria, the federal government have launched the Nigeria Digital Identification for Development ID4D Project Ecosystem Steering Committee, chaired by Senator George Akume. The committee, exposed to key ministers and officials, aims to guide the strategic direction of the project, which envisions providing every Nigerian with a secure digital identity, emphasizing the project's potential to revolutionize service delivery and governance. Senator Akume highlighted the importance of addressing data privacy concerns. Engineer Abisoye Koka Odushote, NIMSI's DG CEO, stressed the significance of digital identity in socio-economic developments. Financed by international loans totaling $415 million, the project seeks to increase the number of Nigerians with a national ID, facilitating access to essential services, achieve financial independence and security in future. Furthermore, Mr. Gbadamosi Lawal Lanre, CBN Head, Consumer Education and Evaluation Division, highlighted the efforts of embedded financial literacy topics into the national school curriculum, aiming to enhance financial literacy levels and promote financial inclusion among Nigerians. And again, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is scheduled to convene for its second meeting of the year on March 25 and 26, 2024. This information, which was revealed on the bank's websites following the 294th NPC sessions held exactly 1 month ago, where the committee voted to increase interest rates by 400 basis points, raising the monetary policy rate from 18.75% to 22.75%. Additionally, measures included adjusting the asymmetric corridor around the NPR and raising the cash reserve ratio. Despite these actions, Nigeria's inflation rate surged to 31.70% in February 2024, with a month-on-month increase of 3.12% in headline inflation. The MPC's upcoming decision will be pivotal, with indications from the previous meetings suggesting a consensus among members to further hike rates due to concerns about excess liquidity driving inflationary pressures. Away from that, the Nigerian exchange, NGX, witnessed a continued decline on Tuesday, resulting in losses exceeding 62 billion naira for equities investors amid a bearish trend. Despite a positive market breadth, market performance indicators dropped by 0.11%, with medium and large-scale stocks like MTN and Zenith Bank experiencing sell-offs. This was attributed to the investors' shifting focus to other asset classes due to the highly inflated economy. The All Shares Index closed at 104,553.31 after decreasing by 110.03 basis points. While trading value increased, total value reduced, with FBNH emerging as the most traded stock by volume and value. Market breadth remained positive, with 27 gainers and 22 losers, and all major sectors recorded slightly upticks, including banking 1.07%, insurance 0.59%, consumer goods 0.16%, industrial 0.12%, and oil and gas 0.4%. Overall, equities market capitalization declined by 62.23 billion naira, closing at 59.12 trillion naira. Moving ahead, credit management professionals across various sectors have been urged to adhere strictly to ethics, transparency, and duty of care principles in customer credit appraisals processes. This advice was given by the Registrar CEO, National Institute of Credit Administration, NICA, Professor Chris. The Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mr. Mele Kyari, says the final investment decision on the Nigerian-Morocco gas pipeline project is slated for December 2024. Speaking at a leadership dialogue session during the ongoing CERAWeek conference in Houston, United States, Kyari also revealed plans to combat crude oil theft and restore Nigeria's crude oil production. He advocated for a differentiated approach to energy transition in Africa, stressing the importance of ensuring energy security before pursuing transition goals. He emphasized the challenges faced by countries in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of energy availability and highlighted the need to fill the supply gap before addressing energy transition. He underscored the significance of utilizing Nigeria's abundant gas resources to meet domestic and international energy demands, emphasizing gas as a cost-effective means to achieve energy transition. Taking a break now, we'll return to more stories shortly. Please stay.
In the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress, welcome to Souq News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, Souq News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. Souq News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, Souq News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. Souq News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions.
My name is Dr. Agility Obi.
My name is Etemari Glover. Naomi.
Well done, and shout out to Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News. I want to encourage everyone to keep watching Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News, and yes, tune into them.
Keep watching Souq News. They are one in town.
Hey, we're watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News. Catch them on YouTube and all social media channels.
Hey, my name is Frank Edowo, and I'm imploring you. No, forget that. I am forcing you, coercing you to always stay tuned to Souq News for your news requirements.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job. We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job. The heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to Souq News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, Souq News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. Souq News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, Souq News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. Souq News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
Glad to know you are still with us. News Hour continues. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and drop your comments at Souq News. Moving on, the World Bank has partnered with us for Hawking. And in a progressive report, Zenith Bank PLC announced the appointment of Dr. Dame Adora Umeoji as the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer effective June 1, 2024, subject to approval by the Central Bank of Nigeria. With a shareholder base exceeding 500,000, the bank stands as Nigeria's largest bank by Tier 1 capital. In the previous fiscal year, the bank recorded gross earnings of 1,329.75 million naira and non-interest income reaching 607,155 million naira, boasting a network of over 393 branches nationwide. The bank serves a customer base exceeding 30 million accounts. Dr. Umoji's appointment marks a historic moment as she becomes the first female GMD CEO of the bank, succeeding Dr. Ebenezer Onyago, whose successful 5-year tenure concludes on May 31, 2024. With nearly 30 years of banking experience, including 26 years at Zenith Bank, where she has served as Deputy Managing Director since October 28, 2016, Dr. Umeoji brings a wealth of expertise and leadership to her new role. And now in South Africa round remains stable, a 1.5% year-on-year increase in retail sales. Additionally, investors focus on the outcome of the U.S. Federal Reserve's policy meeting. South Africa's benchmark 2030 government bond held steady with a yield of 10.480% in early trading. Kenya's KCB Group, formerly known as Kenya Commercial Bank, is reportedly gearing up to announce the sales of its subsidiary, National Bank of Kenya, NBK. While the deal's value remains undisclosed, the buyer is speculated to be an unidentified Nigerian lender. The group shares surged by 7% in early trading on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The group also acquired National Bank of Kenya in 2019 in a rescue deal orchestrated by the central bank. The decision to potentially divert comes amidst narrative capital adequacy ratios, prompting speculation of a rethink in KCB's long-term investment strategy.
Accounting for 3/4 of the country's export earnings, mining plays a pivotal role in Zambia's economic landscape. The focal point of this mining activity is the Copperbelt province, home to major copper mines like Lumwana and Konkola, alongside Sentinel in the northwestern province. These mines, operated by renowned international firms such as Barrick and Vendetta Resources, hold majority foreign ownership, with Zambia Consolidated Copper Mine Investment Holdings retaining minority stakes. Smaller mines in the Copperbelt region, backed by investors from countries like China, Brazil, and South Africa, contribute to Zambia's diversified mining landscape. However, the country's mining sector faces various challenges, hindering the potential growth trajectory. Fiscal policies introduced by the government, including royalty increases, the taxation policies, have negatively impacted mining profitability. Also, price volatility in global markets, infrastructural deficiencies like inadequate transportation networks, power shortages, and an uncertain regulatory environment further increases the sector's challenges. Moreover, labor disputes, safety concerns, and geopolitical risks stemming from political instability poses additional hurdles to Zambia's mining sector. To propel the nation towards its 3 million tons copper production goal, strategic measures are crucial, and these include leveraging digital technology through partnerships with AI and machine learning firms to enhance sector's efficiency and investment, stable policy framework in order to attract and retain investment, and provision of a conducive regulatory environment. Infrastructure strengthening supported by donor funding and concessional financing can also alleviate critical constraints such as transportation and power shortages. More so, environmental conservation is vital for sustainable development, Hence, mining companies must provide government-approved environmental management plans, prioritize durable equipment, and proper waste disposal techniques to minimize environmental degradation. Giving copper's expected dominance in Zambia's exports, maintaining its position as Africa's economic hub demands a concerted effort. Israel Adeyemi, Souq News.
All right, moving on. Saudi Arabia is planning to establish a $40 billion fund dedicated to investing in artificial intelligence. Discussions between representatives of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, and U.S. venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, among other financiers, have been ongoing, with talks also involving the possibility of Andreessen's Horowitz setting up an office in Riyadh. The fund expected to launch in the second half of 2024 amidst to support previous tech startups in the AI sector, including chip makers and data centers. Saudi officials have expressed interest in leveraging the country's resources and funding capacity to become a leading hub for AI innovation, emphasizing the kingdom's commitment to fostering technological development. And now, no buyers appeared at an auction in Myanmar for the sale of the home belonging to imprisoned former leader Aung San Suu Kyi, despite the starting price being set at approximately $90 million. The property, located on Yangon's Inye Lake and measuring 1.92 was put up for auction by the Supreme Court following a lengthy legal dispute between Suu Kyi and her estranged brother, Aung San Suu Kyi. Suu Kyi, a Nobel laureate, is currently serving a 27-year sentence for charges her supporters claimed are fabricated. The colonial-style villa served as Suu Kyi's residence for over 3 decades, witnessing historic events and meeting with prominent figures like former U.S. President Barack Obama and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The legal battle over the property traced back to a 2000 lawsuit filed by Aung San Suu Kyi, seeking a share of the family estate, which was ultimately granted by the Supreme Court following Suu Kyi's ouster in a 2021 coup. The European Parliament says the European Union has tentatively agreed to provide Ukrainian food procedures and food processors with traffic-free access to its market until June. Imports exceed the average levels of 2022 and 2023. Negotiators also mandated that the Commission must respond within 14 days if the automatic safeguarding triggers are met, instead of the initially proposed 21 days. Federal minimum wage, Federal minimum wage applicable to federally regulated private sectors such as banking and transportation and select provinces on September 1st. Moving on, Mexico's central bank is anticipated to implement its first benchmark interest rate cut since mid-2021. 16 out of 17 analysts surveyed forecast a 25 basis point reduction to 11%, aligning with the rate adjustment initiated by other regional central banks in the previous year. Only one analyst anticipates the Bank of Mexico, commonly known as Banxico, to maintain the rate at its current level of 11.25%. This potential adjustment responds to declining inflation rate and the perceived restrictiveness of current monetary policy, as indicated by the Activa firm in the analyst note. Despite expectations for the rate cut, analysts do not foresee the commencement of an aggressive easing cycle. This move would mark a departure from the central bank's previous tightening stance, initiated in response to inflationary pressures, supply chain disruptions, and economic challenges stemming from global events like Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And UK inflation dropped more than anticipated hitting 3.4% in February, down from 4% according to official data from the Office for National Statistics. This marks the lowest level in over 2 years, suggesting a slower rate of price increases rather than an actual decrease. Economists had predicted a decrease to 3.5%. Analysts anticipate a continued decline in inflation, especially in April, as energy prices decrease. The Office of Budget Responsibility forecasts that inflation will reach the Bank of England's 2% target this quarter. However, potential inflationary pressures looms, including the ongoing talent war, disruptions in shipping routes, and increases in the minimum wage and business rates. The pace of inflation decline will influence the timing of a potential interest rate cut, with rates currently held at 5.25%, the highest in 16 years. Market expects a rate cut by June or August, despite a wage growth of 6.1% in the previous 3 months, which may add upward pressure on inflation due to the upcoming minimum wage hike in April. And now, let's go on a short break. We shall be back with the rest of the story. Please stay with us.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Meats on our contact today for the best quality job.
Children to counter the uptick in youth vaping. China has launched a new satellite, a vital component of its lunar exploration program. The satellite, along with 2 miniature satellites, was sent into space abroad along March 8 rockets from Henan province. The satellite will facilitate communication between Earth and the far side of the Moon, enabling upcoming missions like Chang'e 6 to retrieve samples from previously unexplored areas. Planned missions like Chang'e 7 and Chang'e 8 will also utilize its relay capabilities. By 2040, it will form part of the constellation supporting lunar and interplanetary exploration. Meta $4.2 billion fortune. The surge in Dell's $4.2 billion fortune. The surge in Dell stock, driven by robust financial performance and AI demand, saw a remarkable 32% spike on March 1, reaching an all-time high. Dell's decision aligns with a broader trend of tech billionaires diverting stakes in their companies. And now, Bitcoin experienced a significant 7% drop in price on Tuesday, marking its lowest level in weeks and a 15% decline from its record high reaching just last week. While there isn't a single cause for this recent downturn, multiple factors are likely to contribute. Bitcoin's inherent volatility, coupled with traders capitalizing on profit-taking opportunities following a surge in prices, are significant factors. Additionally, the introduction of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund (ETFs) has led to increased trading activity, with daily Bitcoin volumes hitting their highest levels in 3 weeks. Moreover, there has been a notable increase in liquidation of Bitcoin futures contracts, further pressuring prices downward. The collective max capitalization of the global crypto market has dropped by $320 billion in the past weeks, with Bitcoin accounting for a substantial portion of this decline at $180 billion. Despite these setbacks, Bitcoin's return over the past 6 months and year to date remain impressive, far outpacing leading stock indexes. Intel has announced a $100 billion investment initiative across 4 U.S. states to construct and upgrade factories, securing $19.5 billion in federal grants and loans, with hopes of an additional $25 billion in tax breaks. Intel plans to revamp sites in New Mexico and Oregon while expanding operations in Arizona. The counterpart of this plan involves establishing the largest AI chip manufacturing site in Columbus, Ohio, by 2027. The U.S. government support under the CHIPS Act marks a significant boost for Intel's endeavor to reclaim its semiconductor manufacturing leadership. CEO Pat Gelsinger emphasized the need for government assistance to realize Intel's ambition, aiming to counter Taiwanese and Korean rivals. Lastly, new research from Harvard Medical School and the University of California says happiness is influenced not only by the people you know, but also by the people you don't know. It's International Day of Happiness, and here is a report speaking to the essence of this commemoration. March 20th marks the globally recognized International Day of Happiness, a yearly event orchestrated by the United Nations to emphasize the significance of embracing joy and well-being as fundamental human rights. Spearheaded by the UN and the non-profit group Action for Happiness, comprising individuals from 160 countries, this celebration aims to shift the focus from mere economic progress to prioritizing human happiness.
We are celebrating the International Day of Happiness, which happens to be a United Nations initiative. From their point of view, they are trying to get people to take the focus away from economic positives, economic progress. It depends on where you are seeing or watching it from. Some nations are in conflict, others are experiencing a form of recession or the other. But the main thing is they need people to focus on themselves, focus on their emotions, focus on happiness. Is it a good initiative? I will say capital and emphatic yes, but let's get to face it. United Nations shouldn't be the one to tell you to be happy, because you know that being sad kills the bones, it makes you sick. And of a truth, drugs are expensive. Healthcare is very expensive. So hey, stay happy. Always stay happy. Happiness gladdens the heart. It heals the soul. It heals the body. Just like laughter is medicine, the same thing too is happiness. And happiness is infectious. Heal the world with happiness.
The roots of this movement traced back to 2011, when the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution deeming happiness a fundamental human goal, alongside economic prosperity. In 2013, all 193 UN member states united to commemorate the inaugural International Day of Happiness, and its impact has continued to resonate globally. At its core, the International Day of Happiness underscores the importance of social connections and community well-being. Acts of kindness, compassion, and generosity are not only conducive to individual happiness but also contribute to the overall collective well-being of society. Sampling people's opinion about this day, some respondents shared their views.
Happiness connotes other things of life. We are not talking about material things. We are talking about, food, and in terms of, something that will give ingredients to the body.
Being happy means being at peace, a place of relative peace and tranquility.
Most times, those people I like to make happy are little babies, little children. I like having them around me. We listen to their stories. I give them, maybe I have biscuits or whatever to give them.
Emphasizing that happiness transcends borders, this celebration encourages a profound appreciation for the diverse cultures and traditions that collectively contribute to the global wall of joy. By acknowledging and respecting the unique paths people take to find happiness, the event fosters unity and understanding.
Simplest things give happiness. Go outside, look at the grass. Go under the sun. If you're blessed with rain, hey, go under it. If it's the movies or something, that go under it. If you have family, look at your children. If you don't, celebrate other people that have children. Just make sure you find something to celebrate and be grateful for. Once you find gratitude, happiness is not far from there.
In essence, the International Day of Happiness encourages prioritizing joy, positivity, and well-being in our lives and communities, embracing the spirit of happiness not just on this day but every day, spreading joy to those around us and contributing to a happier world for all. By recognizing the interconnected nature of happiness on a global scale, we can nurture a sense of unity, appreciation, and a collective responsibility for a brighter and more fulfilling future. Grace Komolafe, Souq News. Be happy and invest in happiness by making someone happy today. And that will be all for now on News Hour. Glad to know you stayed all through till the end. Hope to have you again tomorrow for more news updates. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the news team, I am Grace Komolafe. Coming up after now is Souq Pulse. Please stick back and watch. Good afternoon.